Thanks for tuning in to the Urban Scope podcast. I'm back with another Inside the Scope edition, and today I will be covering the Notorious B.I.G. Now, the Bed-Stuy rapper is renowned or commonly associated with being the top 5 rapper in hip hop of all time, despite not having a catalog or having the discography of most other artists, unfortunately, to his untimely demise. But he was such a trendsetter in the way people rap now. The flashiness, the different style that he brung. He was one of the first and one of the best to ever flaunt that mafioso boss rap type style, which Jay-Z built upon, and then he passed it down to other rappers. Whether you have the Rick Rosses or T.I.'s or whoever you want to say that has that boss style that talks about like being mafia and all this other stuff and having flaunting all these riches. Because we know before, like Biggie, most rappers didn't have the flashy style. They were mostly, from the grind that were coming straight off the streets, didn't have a lot of money other than their advance. They didn't come in with a following. But Biggie, with the backing of P. Diddy and Bad Boy Records, he actually was able to flaunt this style, and he had this style was supported by the label. So other rappers started getting that support as well. Jay-Z, like I talked about, was his mentor. Jay-Z's mentor was Biggie. So he got a lot of style from Biggie, and a lot of his raps and stuff was borrowed from Biggie style. Now, he had the braggadocio style, but he was very intricate and very personal as well. He didn't just rap about his riches. He rapped about where he came from. He rapped about where he wanted to go, about the aspirations he had for his children, the love he had for his mother, similar to what a Tupac did. So he was very versatile, and it wasn't one-dimensional. And all the great rappers that I talk about, or hip-hop artists I talk about, are not just one-dimensional, but they give you different aspects of their life. Because that's what the game is about. And he only needed 2 studio albums to cement his greatness, because he doesn't have the great body of work like most artists have, like a Jay-Z or even a Tupac or Nas or something like that. But nevertheless, he put out great works. And then if we could imagine if he had more albums, we knew those would have been great as well, just off of his sheer talent. Like, he didn't have the work ethic of a Nas or a Tupac, but he had greater talent than those guys, because rapping to him was easy as just talking to somebody, having a regular conversation. But he encapsulated hip hop what it's supposed to be. So his pen was a paintbrush, and he was able to paint a vivid picture of what he saw and the way he saw things. And that's what a true artist is about. It's not just being able to make words rhyme and make them sound nice, but what picture can you paint for your audience? Can you inspire the people? Can you give people a different perspective so they can see things differently and not just view things from one lens, but from your lens as well as somebody else's? And he was one of the greatest storytellers as well, because, he could make up these stories and then you can relate to them, or you can't relate to them, but, it was like Hollywood type writing that he had. And I think he would have been an excellent writer if he ever got a chance to do that, because of the great storytelling. And we talk about the great storytellers, whereas a Nas or Ice Cube, which Ice Cube is a great storyteller, not only for music, but for movies as well. So he had a different mindset and a different creativity than most hip hop artists. But Biggie's lyricism and wordplay was the first of his kind. Rapping was, when you go back to No Slight to Kool and the Gang and things like that, but the rap schemes were kind of basic, but Biggie took it to another level in the way he was able to rap things. Whether you're talking about Juicy, when he said it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. So the smoothness of that, or what's beef? What's beef? Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to leave you in ICU. Like the flow that he had was just crazy. The way he can rhyme things and make them sound so much better than just the average person could do it. I can't do it justice, but Biggie was able to do that through his music. The Ready to Die album, which is considered one of the greatest hip hop debut albums of all time, it's up there with the Reasonable Doubts. Of course, my Nas Illmatic is one of my favorite ones. There's not a lot of great hip hop albums that are debuts. Some of them are greater than the second, but You could probably put, 5 or 6 up there that you would say are that is in that greatest list. And he definitely had one of those. But on that Ready to Die album, it was unique because he only had Method Man as the only other rapper. Of course, he had Diddy on there, but he was a producer. He wasn't really considered a rapper. But Method Man was the only other feature on there from a rapper. So, and then the Life of Death, which was After Death album, which was his last, which was a double disc, had some of my favorite songs on there. But it was full of classics, and like I said, he had a lot of music on there, but it didn't feel like too much music because it was Biggie, and the storytelling that he could bring brought the excitement and entertainment, so it didn't get dull. But in my opinion, the song Big Papa was his best rapping performance, but I have Sky's the Limit as his greatest song because his flow on Big Papa was very excellent. Like, it was just flawless. It was smooth, laid back, easy to sing. Like I always talk about Biggie, he painted such a good picture of him being in a club, and you can imagine the video as he's rapping it. Now, Sky's the Limit is his best song because he got vulnerable, he got personal. He said, "I want to give my daughter this college plan so she don't need no man." One of my favorite lines in there, and then with 112 in the background, excellent song. It's my favorite song from Biggie, but Big Papa is my favorite song of him rapping in. So lyrically, he is top 5, but I don't have him in my top 5 if you consider discographies, as I talked about earlier. But it would have been exciting to see if he put out like 5 or 6 albums, because I know then it would be undeniable. He would probably be the top rapper of all time, just off of what he was able to do in such a short time and the efficiency that he had. But nevertheless, this is a tribute to Biggie, and his mother, Valetta Wallace, just passed away. So rest in peace to her, and rest in peace to both of them. And until next time, I'll see you next time.